Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. It's 2019.
2019.
When did that happen?
Do you remember when we thought the world was going to end in 2000?
Remember that doom clock that you were talking about recently?
Yes.
Where it was like, it's going to end any minute? That scared me.
That was, it's like the scientists of the world decided to move it forward a minute or some shit. Yeah, I did forget about that till just now.
You know what? But we're here.
We're here.
We made it.
We're back. We had the holidays.
Yes, we did.
How do you feel now that the holidays are over?
I feel good. I feel ready. I'm ready for 2019.
You're ready. Okay.
I'm, just jumping right in there. I've been going to the gym, like everybody else at this time of year.
Yeah, get off my squat rack.
I'm ready. How about you? Are you ready? Are you like just not even here yet?
I always think it's interesting because the beginning of every new year, not like the last couple years I've noticed this.
Yeah.
I always feel like, fuck last year. I'm ready.
It was terrible.
I never think it's terrible, but I'm always just like, I'm ready to be over it.
Yeah.
Next. And then I always think like, this year I'm gonna kill. But I don't know how I feel about that.
Okay.
I mean, is it just, am I really gonna kill? Did I kill last year?
Yes and yes. I think you did. I feel like this is just a perspective, reflective mood that you're in right now, and you'll get there again. Because if I know anything about Chrissy SoCal, it is that she is always kicking ass. Oh!
God damn! Guys, we're live, Mixology 101. I don't know what that was.
You know, cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Okay. Guys, you do know that on special occasions we drink on the show.
Yes, it is a special occasion. Happy 2019.
Happy 2019. So, update, news alert, announcement, flash, all the lights. Guys, we now have an official alcohol sponsor.
Oh,
so actually, we're going to drink every show. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to, but the option is there.
Drink responsibly.
Drink responsibly, and I just have to say, Karen, who's the founder of SpaGirl Cocktails, she will be coming on in February. Karen, we love you. She's got an amazing company, guys. Please go check it out, SpaGirl Cocktails. We're literally drinking straight vodka, right? We got a cucumber mint infusion right now. It's just on ice.
Spa martini flavor, and it tastes like a very light, refreshing cucumber drink, just like cucumber water at a spa.
I mean, really, I'm on vacation right now.
Yes, me too. The brand is stylish, it's chic, it's for like the young go-getter entrepreneur. I love it. I'm excited about this collaboration.
Yes, I'm excited. Once again, it's female founded, which we love.
Cheers.
Please, guys, go get yourself a bottle of SpaGirl Cocktail. Check them out on Instagram, SpaGirl Cocktails. So every show, we will have SpaGirl, and all of our guests are welcome to a glass or two if you like. So we're gonna set SpaGirl here for now until our guest comes on.
Hey.
Hey, look how sexy this container is.
Yes.
Ooh,
I'm really surprised at how good this is. Like, it doesn't taste like a vodka that punches you in the face.
No, and it's not too sugary.
Exactly.
So I'm not gonna get a headache.
I'm a fan.
I'm a fan. So we're stoked. Big announcement. 2019. Things are happening. There we go. Hey.
What else is happening? 2019.
2019. Well, we were checking out what's going on in the world as usual. Another big announcement that I think is pretty awesome. I had never heard of Susan Zirinsky.
Okay.
I mean, she probably affected many people's lives, but didn't really know the name. Well, Susan has been working at CBS for 46 years.
Oh, wow.
Homegirl started there when she was 20.
Wait, CBS News or CBS, like, Entertainment?
CBS News.
Okay.
CBS News, yes. And she's been executive producer of 48 Hours. She's, like, covered everything. Like, anything you could possibly think of, Homegirl's covered it. And she's been a producer role primarily.
Okay.
Well, it was just announced the other week that she will be the very first woman to lead CBS News, president of CBS News.
Oh, shoot.
Very first woman.
Yes.
Go Susan.
Go Susan.
And apparently there was a movie about Susan back in 1987 called Broadcast News. Holly Hunter played the role, and that role was inspired by Susan because she was like kind of a bulldog in the newsroom.
I love that.
I know. So go Susan. And it's getting great feedback at CBS. Everybody over there is really stoked about it. Everyone's on board. So
I saw that Gayle King, who's a newscaster over there, was very happy about it. She said something about she felt like CBS was a ship that had been taking on water for a while, not sinking, but just like taking on
analogy.
Water. And that Susan was gonna lead them straight. So always happy to see women breaking barriers and glass ceilings and getting new roles.
Absolutely, yeah.
Cheers to Susan.
Cheers to Susan. Okay, how about you? Did you find anything fun going on in the world or interesting?
Yeah, well, I certainly found something interesting.
Yeah.
So, have you heard of Pablo Escobar?
I mean, who hasn't?
Okay, so if you haven't, Pablo Escobar was this big Colombian drug lord.
I kind of feel like he still is one, but
he?
just on the DL. I know he's in jail, but
Okay.
you can definitely run drugs when you're in jail.
Well,
for
you know
sure.
what? We're not going to get into
No,
that.
okay, I don't want to speak ill. I don't know. I know nothing.
Careful,
I know
careful.
I know nothing.
Anyway, exactly. We know nothing. So Pablo Escobar's brother, Roberto Escobar, started a GoFundMe to impeach Trump. He said that if he got like $50 million, I believe it was, yes, $50 million, that he would share his secrets about Trump that the Escobar family has that would get him impeached. Now, the GoFundMe page was taken down by GoFundMe. They shut it down.
Come on, GoFundMe.
They shut it down. But yeah, he says he's got some dirty
He's got some
secrets.
dirt? Well,
Some dirty
here's what I
secrets.
thought was interesting. I thought it was a little bit fucked up and unfair that GoFundMe takes down his page when they left up the page called "We the People Will Fund the Wall."
Right, for $1 billion.
For $1 billion. So we're allowed to have a Build the Wall page, but we're not allowed to have an Impeach Trump page. But I guess there are some other people who are on there as well who are trying to impeach Trump. But how do you prove like that they're going to use that money to fund campaigns, lobbyists to impeach Trump?
You can't.
You can't.
You can't.
But I did love that Roberto was like, and I quote, he has information for Rob Mueller, and he said, "We the people will impeach Donald Trump with Pablo Escobar's family holding dirty secrets of President Trump, his family, and associates."
I think the reason it was probably taken down was perhaps like the wording behind it, some of the illegal things surrounding.
One thing I love that he said,
I'm being very careful.
He's like, "I'm the brother of a Latino hero. I have eliminated many people from power. Trump will be impeached." I was like, oh, did he just, what just?
Yeah, he did.
I didn't.
He did. He went there. Okay, so here's my question.
Yeah.
So we have the Build the Wall page.
Build the Wall page.
We have a few impeach Trump pages.
Right.
Is GoFundMe now like the new thing to get things done in the government? Like, is it
Absolutely.
You think so?
I mean, here's the thing. The people in general, regardless of what side you're on, are all becoming aware that, like, we don't really do shit. Like, we vote. It's great. Voting's great. I love voting.
Yeah.
But at the end, we're not really making final decisions unless you have money where you can hire the lobbyists. And people are pissed off about it, and they're like, how the fuck can we actually make a difference and get what we want out of life?
So this is the newest way to do like a grassroots campaign.
Kind of think so.
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe.
All right. Who knew?
Crowdsourcing, man.
It's getting things
It's
done.
getting things done.
It's getting things done.
So as usual, Chrissy started late, guys. You know how it happens. It happens all the time on this show. So we're just going to jump into figuring it out with Curry. Well, when I say jump, we're going to re-mic Curry, but you know what I mean. So hang tight. Facebook, we love you. Go get yourself some SpaGirl. We'll be back in a jiffy, guys. See you in a minute. Hi, guys. We're back.
What's up?
Guys, Curry Terrell's with us. Yay!
Hi.
I love when we just find you on the little breaks. You're just there, and it's like, oh, hello, Curry.
I just arrived.
You do.
I'm glad I got here early. Also, that we took time because I did leg day for the first time yesterday for the year.
Yep.
And I am broken.
You're broken.
Like,
I love
actually
that
broken.
you're
I was like, it's weird. Like, I did it right before I went home for Christmas, and I came back. Like, so it's not that long of time, but just the first time you're like.
Had the weight that you were pushing before gone down since you took a break off? Like, you couldn't go back to where you were maxed out before?
Oh, no. I mean, I tried. Okay, I've taken breaks enough in the time that I've been going to the gym to know that the first day back, I need to, like, not be superstar in the class. Like,
go easy.
Where we were doing lunges where you hopped into the exploding lunges.
Yep,
I was like,
lunges.
I'm just not going to explode.
Yeah,
I'll just do the lunge.
You're just going to lunge.
Because I don't want to feel like I'm going to throw up.
Right.
Or actually throw up.
Right.
So I just, you know.
You lunged.
You
But
guys,
I still did the class.
I've never exploded in a lunge before in my life.
Oh, I mean,
I typically don't
Yeah.
either. I just add weight on and do like a controlled motion personally, but you know,
That's good.
everyone's got their own thing. But
Yeah.
exploding lunges are good for mobility. Absolutely.
Yeah, I just sort of do what they tell me.
I think that's
Because if I go on my own, I'm like, I like touch a machine. I see one person. I'm like, I'm out. I'm like, no. Don't look at me.
So you're a classes guy.
I'm good at classes.
You're a classes guy. I love that you're a classes guy.
Because they'll like move my, they'll like push my shoulders back. They'll like,
make sure you're not fucking yourself up.
Exactly. Because I will.
Yeah, you will.
But like the elliptical, I got you there. I'm like,
Yes.
you put the Spice Girls on. I'm like, yes.
All day long.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. How was your
Thank
holiday
you.
break?
Oh, it was so nice. My dad treated me like I worked for him. So I got home and he was like, we're going to clean out my closets. We're going to, like, it was like he had a full list of things for me to do, which he usually does. But this time especially, he was like, let's take care of the house. I was like, yeah.
So you had to earn your Christmas present.
Literally. And it's not a lot. So I was like, yeah. But, and he also wakes up at like 6 every day. So it was it was a lot.
It was. So did you wake up at 6 every day with Dad?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
He would come in.
Working holiday.
Yes, exactly. That's why I tell him every time. I'm like, this is actually my vacation. It's like if we could just have like a day. If I could just get like one day where we just like lay down or like we just sit, that would be nice.
Question. So I've been in this mindset. If I'm gonna go spend money on a vacation, it's not going to be somewhere I went. It sure as hell is not going to be visit family.
Yeah.
If family wants to join me, sure, but you got to go where I'm going.
Yeah.
Are you to that point yet? Because every time you spend money on vacation, you go home.
I know. I really like home.
Oh,
so when I get breaks or when I can get, I mean, I've traveled more in the last like year than I probably ever have.
Okay.
So like I went to Mexico, I went to San Francisco. So like I've been in New York. So it's like, that was travel for me. But like, I don't know. I do like, so when I have like chunks of time, I'm like, let's go home. Also, North Carolina is a cheap flight.
All right. Okay.
So it's like, it's like a trip, but like it's also like $300. Not during Christmas, but like other times of year.
And you have somewhere to stay for free.
Exactly. Okay. And I like to just like be there and make sure everybody's okay. It's different being on the phone and being like in present. But I'm not like saying you don't like your family. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, I mean they're cool, but like
but you're
totally fine. Like,
see, like my mom and dad wouldn't go to Mexico.
Oh yeah.
Like they wouldn't come to San Francisco with me. Maybe my mom, but my dad, he's like, he came to LA. We walked around for like a day, and he was like, let's sit at your apartment. He was like, who cares? But he did like seeing Shirley Temple's house, and he actually tripped and fell down in her yard.
Oh, okay.
Which
was that like a good thing for him?
Hysterical.
Was he like, I tripped in Shirley's
No,
yard?
he was so mortified. But we were cackling. I mean, it was the best moment of my life. My dad just laying on her yard. Or whoever lives there now, not Shirley, God bless her.
Sue the estate.
I know. So yeah, but he's fun.
Okay. Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Well, that's what I'm going to help us figure out
All
today.
right, let's figure it out. All right, let's get into it.
So, this year, I'm done with New Year's resolutions.
All right.
Dun. And instead, I'm just doing life resolutions, which is what we should be doing anyway, because New Year, new me is not real. I fell asleep December 31st. I woke up January 1st, still have the same zit. Like, it's still me. Let's get real.
Let's get real.
So, this year, I know you saw my post yesterday because I saw your comment. But so I like, instead of trying to do like weight loss numbers or like stuff like that, I'm just trying to be better about saying yes to better things, no to things that aren't so good. So as far as like weight or fitness goes, I'm trying to say yes to going to the gym more than I say no, stuff like that. But like opportunities, and like we are all trying to push these creative careers, it's not really so much about like I need to do this by December 31st. It's more just like in the next 10 years I want to be doing this. So let's take active steps to do that. So because I've had New Year's resolutions every year, and I usually do 0 of them. Because like I want to travel more, but I want to travel more next year too. So it's like why do I have to cram that all in this one year? Because I usually don't, and then I'm mad at myself.
It's a faulty concept.
Yes. So
my new motto is progress, not perfection.
See, now that's good.
Progress, not perfection.
We're getting some Brene Brown.
We are getting some
live your best life. Yeah, that's good. So I just, so I didn't do any New Year's resolutions this year. I just want to do better, like at everything I can do.
Yeah,
I'm all for that.
Yeah. What about y'all? Did you make New Year's resolutions?
No. So last year I was like, I'm not making New Year's resolutions.
I remember.
But I actually made one.
Okay.
It was very practical, and I've stuck to it. Do not run yellow lights.
Okay.
I'd break that the first day.
Because, listen, I've been hit by a car because they ran a yellow light.
Yeah.
Okay, I just think that shit is dangerous as fuck. I feel bad. So I was like, you know what, and one time what happened was, and it was like the day after New Year's, I ran a yellow light and the fucking camera went off, and then I was like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. I was like, I will never, no more running yellow lights. And I never got a ticket. So I don't know if that was just the universe being like, bitch, we see you.
You were going so fast it was blurry.
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
what I was thinking.
I never got a ticket. So I've kept to it, and every time I see a yellow light, I'm like, nope, I'm not running it. So I have kept that, and that's the only resolution I've made.
That's good,
and
though.
I feel like that's a practical one.
That is good.
But as far as this year, you're right. I haven't made any New Year's resolutions because I'm a goal-oriented person anyways.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
so I'm like, these are things that I want to accomplish this year.
Exactly.
And I'm the same way as you. If I don't accomplish them, and I think this is kind of what I was talking about at the beginning of the show with you, like, but am I going to kick ass this year? If I don't accomplish the goal, I'm like, fuck, what am I doing with my life? I'm a failure. Do I need to get a real job? Fuck having a real job. I would hate having a real job. Like, and I go through all these things, and then you're like 2 feet from the rabbit hole, and you could jump in the goddamn rabbit hole, and you ain't getting out of that rabbit hole.
And I usually do.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I know. It's bad. I've been putting that rabbit hole over here for like years. So and I'll get pissed at myself. So I make a goal, and I just try to take steps towards the goal.
exactly. Because it's like more about just being in the moment.
Yeah.
In the moment, if there's some way you can improve your life, do it.
Right.
I agree. I'm the same. I'm not a resolutions type of person because I am also a goal-oriented person, and I'm always making goals for myself and checking them off. Like, I'm an accomplisher.
Yeah.
I'm
Absolutely.
always accomplishing. It's just how I have to be. So, like, having a list of, like, these are my resolutions isn't really me because I'm just always checking things off a list anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Also, resolutions aren't clear action-packed plans of how to get something done, and that's more my style.
You're right.
Yeah.
A lot to think about.
You're right, though.
But you know, I think it's always good, and if you could do this on a monthly basis as opposed to yearly basis, to just that feeling that you get where you're like, you know what, it's a new start or a new day, I'm gonna take hold of shit and I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I've spent my life was going through a hard time, and I don't know, this is the simplest phrase ever, but it always brings me a lot of comfort when I always feel like if you have the worst fucking day ever, like everything in your life sucks, you can always be like, you know what? Tomorrow's a new fucking day, and it's a new fucking sunrise. Right. And I can choose right now to start everything over.
Yep.
And you don't have to wait until January 1st to do that. I think that's where a lot of people get stuck on resolutions.
Yep.
It comes May and they haven't done anything and they're like, screw it, I failed, I'll try again next year.
Oh, yeah. I do the same thing with diet. It's like December, and I'm like, I'm not going to do good this month. And then I'm like, I wasted a whole month. Because I'm like, I'll be fine in January.
And you could have been like, you know what? Every Saturday, I'm going to eat a lot of shit.
Exactly.
But I'm going to be good the rest of the days.
Exactly.
Right, just make a better choice tomorrow.
Exactly. You don't need to wait. But then, all that being said, some people do resolutions and they work great. So if that works for you,
cool.
Good for you.
Cool.
Yeah. So the point is, do you, boo.
Yeah, it's literally.
Just do your best you that you can.
Exactly.
And if you suck, do better tomorrow.
Exactly.
And can we get rid of, like, living my best life, please?
No,
You don't
I
like
am
it?
living
I
my
like
best life. When I hobbled up those stairs today, I was living my best
Or, like,
life.
my favorite is, like, hashtag blessed. I'm like,
Yeah. Hashtag.
But see,
so
like
blessed.
in this way, I feel like people just said it to be silly.
Yeah.
Like no,
I
if
think
people
some
are
do and
saying
some
that.
don't, yeah.
Yeah, if people are saying it like for real, I'm like, okay, I see. Good for you.
we should make a bet. I don't know about what. I just want to see someone lose it. And whoever has to lose it has to wear a beanie that's like hashtag blessed.
I would wear that.
Gosh.
I'm sure it'd be easy to find. Forever 21, I'm sure has a full rack of them.
Amen.
Yeah.
I feel like you're always living your best life when I see you in these awesome shirts.
Thank you.
By the way, did you get your Oprah cookie cutter? And did you make an Oprah
What?
cookie? Because
Okay.
I didn't see any photos.
Okay, so I got,
need
first
to
of all,
know.
I came from Russia. So I was nervous it wasn't going to come for Christmas. My friend Alex got it for me. And she gave it to me as I was leaving North Carolina. We were going to make them there, but I wanted to, I want to make a video. So I think I'm doing it this weekend. I haven't used it yet.
Did you get a cookie cutter shaped
It's
like
a cookie
Oprah's
cutter
face?
shaped like Oprah's head. And
Oh
it's
my
a two-step
God.
thing. So you cut the cookie, like basically her hair and chin, and then you stamp it with like this thing that makes little indentions. My friend, when I posted that thing, said she got Robin Williams as like a Dirty Santa a couple years ago, and she said it actually works very well. So, but I'm not good in the kitchen, so it probably will not work very well.
Her face is gonna be crooked.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, when
Her
are you
hair
gonna
is
make
gonna
this?
I think on Saturday.
I can't wait to see.
So yeah.
Do on Saturday, cookie party at Curry's
I know.
house.
Literally. Well, yeah, they probably won't turn out that good though. So I really am not good at cooking,
but if you
baking.
just add like some sprinkles or some icing,
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be
just
delightful.
cover up her face.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
It'll be great.
I know. I was gonna make them at the Golden
whatever
Globes.
you do not put white icing on that cookie.
Oh no, never. Never.
Oh my God. This is just going.
Maybe no icing.
another
We're just gonna make the
direction.
cookie as it is.
Pick like a neutral green sprinkles. Green sprinkles. I love green sprinkles.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Anyway, I can't wait. And who doesn't love a cookie? Worst comes to worst.
I love
It's just cookie
cookie.
dough.
Cookies are delicious. Okay. Okay, we like this.
And if it goes well, I'll make them for the Oscars.
Okay. Oh, that's. I know you do a big party.
Oh,
you do
yeah.
a big thing for
I'm
the
stressed
Oscars.
already.
How did you feel about the Golden Globes? Did you have a fave? Tell us your
Okay,
fave.
first of all, I love Lady Gaga. I love A Star Is Born, so I wanted to win every single award.
Yeah.
But I wasn't mad that she didn't win. Like, the people I was with, some which didn't like the movie, I told my friend if they were coming to the Oscars, I won't be there. Like, she's Lady Gaga, so it's like her life isn't over that she didn't win something. And she did win an award. It's not like she went home with
Best
nothing.
original song.
Exactly, and she's going to win the Oscar for that, I'm about 99% sure. But you can't really be mad that you're beat by Glenn Close.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you know,
Right,
it's like,
right.
what a person to lose to.
Right.
But yeah, I was a little sad.
Okay.
And Bohemian Rhapsody, like, 100% is not the best movie of the year.
I wouldn't say it's the best movie of the year. No, but I did think it was a great
I thought it
movie.
was fun. I thought it did what it needed to do, but like,
No,
I
I
don't
would
know
say
if
it's the
it
best
should be
movie of the year.
winning
I definitely would
awards.
say it was the best movie
yeah.
of the year. For
But
sure.
I accept that, you know, those, first of all, awards in general are all, you have to just take them for fun.
Absolutely.
Anything else is silly. They are random groups of people. The Hollywood Foreign Press Association, don't use this clip when I'm one day nominated, but is literally a joke. It's like 50 people who like work for random brochures. Like, it's like not a real thing. So it's like we put all this weight into this, it's like what even is that?
It's not necessarily indicative of how the Oscar race is going to go.
Exactly.
Right.
That being said, I've been like looking at all the projections. I'm like,
You got what's up.
I really hope Lady Gaga wins.
I was stoked about Rachel Brosnahan, Marvelous Miss
Obsessed.
Maisel.
I'm watching season 2 right now.
Such a good fucking show.
It's the best.
Such a, and listen, female comedian breaking boundaries left and right in the world. Hell yeah, girl.
That show is good.
So good. The writing is smart as fuck. She's a great actress.
I've heard nothing but wonderful things about it.
You have to watch it.
I
I
had
know,
a friend
it's on my
say that
list.
to me.
It's on my list.
But there's lists. It really does trump the list. You got it.
Okay.
Jane.
I'll
It's
get
like
on it.
Handmaid.
I'll get on
Have you watched Handmaid's Tale?
Oh, yes.
Have you watched Handmaid's Tale?
No, because I don't have Hulu.
Oh, I'll give you mine.
Yeah.
I don't care. Yeah. Handmaid's Tale is like, when it doesn't win, it's almost like funny because like it's better than anything that's on TV.
Right.
Like it almost is in a different box.
Yeah.
So like, and I think Mrs. Maisel is the same way. It's like, so you think they're making 10-hour episodes of that show? Like, it's unreal.
It's so
literally
good.
unreal.
Yeah.
It's so good. Anyway.
Well, guys, this has been another
Yeah.
installment of
I gotta
Figure It
get out
Out
here. I
with
can do this
Curry.
all day.
We love Curry.
Thank you.
Curry has his own show. He's got his own podcast too. Where can people find follow
It's
support?
all on social media at Curry Terrell, CurrieTerrell.
Oh my God, next month might be our Valentine's episode.
Ooh la la. I'll be working. I already volunteered to work.
Okay,
Yep.
it's gonna be
I get off
insane.
Oscar Sunday, so I can work Valentine's
Oh, okay,
and
I
Super
love
Bowl.
that.
Because
Good.
who
Well,
cares?
Okay.
But you care. But
I do. I'm gonna watch.
who's the halftime show?
Travis Scott. We can discuss that later. I have a lot
Okay.
of lot of people turned it down in support of Colin Kaepernick.
Uh-huh.
Travis Scott did not turn it down.
Interesting.
Is he the whole show?
I doubt it. He's the headliner.
Right.
Yeah.
More on that later.
More on that.
Okay.
We'll get into that closer to Super Bowl, folks.
Thank you, Curry, for
Thanks
coming
for having
and helping
me.
us
I had a
figure out
great
New Year's
time.
resolutions.
Yeah.
Enjoy
yeah.
SpaGirl?
Yeah. Oh yes. Curry doesn't drink, but he supports SpaGirl.
Yeah, I'm sorry I took her seat. She'll be back.
She'll be
If
back.
you're watching for her, she'll be back. Don't worry.
We're going to take a quick break, everyone. We're going to get all set up for our main guest, Sloan Bella. We're super stoked to have her. Hang tight, guys. See you in a minute. Hi, guys. We're back. We've got Sloan Bella with us. We're so excited. So we had
Me
Sloan
too.
on a couple years ago.
Yes.
And now we're kind of like new format. We're starting a new year. And we're like, Sloan would be perfect to have on the show.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. So if you guys aren't familiar with Sloan, she is a psychic.
I
Like
am.
a real legit psychic, guys.
I am legit. Thank you. Thank you. My kids will tell you otherwise, but yes.
And a master astrologer as well.
I am. Astrology my whole life since I'm this big.
Wow.
7, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say, so for people who missed you the first time around, let's do a little recap of your life in a
really quick.
But you first kind of realized you had these abilities when you were 4 or something, very young,
yeah,
right?
Very young. I can't remember pre-verbal. Should I be looking at you or that? Anywhere.
Whatever you want.
Where should I?
No, you can
I'm
look
so
us.
psychic, I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember pre-verbal, but as a kid, I was very open to everything, and it was shut down by everybody around me because nobody wants a crazy, chattering 4-year-old running around pointing out things.
Yeah.
So you learn to, you just learn to do, you learn to keep it quiet, and that's when, and I tell this story because it's so funny, I had a cousin in England that was my babysitter during the summer when I was young, and she sent me a birthday necklace, a charm necklace, but it was a Scorpio, and I'm a Leo, so I didn't understand. So I asked her, why the Scorpio?
Yeah.
Because my birthday's in August.
Yeah.
And she said, well, the jeweler didn't have your sign in, so I'm going to give you all 12. And that's actually how I started learning astrology. I started researching Scorpio because I was a Leo. I knew I was a Leo, but I didn't really know about these other 12 signs.
Right.
So it started right then, and it started like, I was obsessed. Obsessed.
Yeah.
Obsessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that I like, so if you guys go to Sloan's website, so who doesn't like get in a relationship or they start dating someone in your, and whether you believe in astrology or don't believe in astrology, everybody still is like, are our signs compatible? And so you have this great little spot on your site where you can plug in your exact birthday and year and the person you're involved with, and she'll give you a readout of, your compatibility.
Yes, if it's good, if it's bad. And I also have like the tarot cards. So I have clients, seriously, high-end clients that will go on that tarot card thing all day long, text me, it said this. And I'm like, look, that's between you and the program.
Right.
I'm out of it. Yeah, I got nothing to do with it.
Right.
But it's funny, they'll ask questions like, should I date him? Is he good for me when they can't reach me? And I'm like, y'all are crazy. But but the astrology, it's all really fun. Yeah, I like them to be able to get, because it's the business of, I have an emergency, I need an answer now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, which, by the way, full confession, I did go yesterday and put on my sign and the person I'm dating sign.
Oh,
what'd you
was it
find
good or bad?
out?
Great. I'm an Aquarius and he's a Libra.
Okay,
and
good.
it said that,
good.
that we are really great and compatible and complementary in so many ways. And I was like, I kind of already knew that, but okay.
Yeah, well, she knows it in the important way because she's actually with him, which is what I tell you. If astrology says don't be with the person and you like the person, for God's sakes, don't dump the person, be with the person.
Absolutely.
Trust your gut.
Yes.
Your gut
Always
knows
your gut,
more.
and there's always a lesson whether you like it or not. Like sometimes it's not a good relationship, but you have to go through it.
Girl,
Yeah.
we were just talking about
that
this.
earlier.
Right?
Ooh, you got lessons to learn, and that's how you
Lessons.
got to learn them.
And then you know what not to do. Like if you burn your hand on the stove, you're like, okay, that's a stove, don't put your hand on it. And if you do put your hand on it again, you're like, dumbass. And then and then you don't do it after that, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. So I learned not to burn my hand. So.
Yeah.
Now I help others not burn their hand repeatedly.
Right.
We're all going to burn it a bit.
Yeah.
So
That's living.
Yeah.
as you kind of started to discover, that you had this ability, was there a specific age where you're like, I'm really gonna trust this and kind of pursue it career-wise? Because I know you, even when you were younger, you used it to help at-risk youth and everything.
Yes.
You used it for a lot of different things.
My passion was always street kids because they're the most psychic. It sounds really weird. It sounds really weird. But I call it living a psychic life. So when you've been abused in your home, gone through extreme traumas for whatever the reason, run away from home, end up as a prostitute, male, female, transgender, doesn't matter. I worked with a lot of transgender years ago before it was popular to do. It was not popular. Those kids have an instinct beyond, because they're on the street and they have to get into people's cars that they don't know, that are God
Absolutely.
knows,
It's
whatever.
terrifying,
They have a tremendous instinct. And the ones that I talked to who would live, some of their friends would end up harmed, dead, missing, murdered, whatever. And I would ask them, why did you not get in that car? And it was number one thing, their instinct.
Yes.
So I liked to help develop it. I also learned from talking to so many of these kids, many of them became drug addicts to suppress the way they felt, what they'd experienced. And I said, no, I could look at their charts and I could feel they were supposed to go through it. And I didn't want them to stay stuck with society saying, you are this because you did that. Who is anybody to say anybody's anything? ever, and that really bothered me. So my goal was to help them move past it. So that's what I used my gift for, like with the street kids, actually, was to help them not stay stuck in what people called them, those words that we don't like.
Right. What a beautiful way to give back, you know.
Important.
It's such a treasure to the world that you had this gift, but you didn't hide it away.
It's funny.
You didn't
Treasure
hide it
people.
away out of fear. You used it to give back to those around you.
It was important to me to do it because I had been called those things in my own home, and I had run away, and part of my life was in the sex industry prior to doing the work. So to answer your question a long way, I was 17 when I actually started trading readings for hair bleach. Very important, no joke. Did not have money to do my hair, had long blonde hair. Nail money, cigarette money. Okay, I smoked, it was bad, I don't anymore. Don't smoke, kids. It ruins your face, it ruins everything.
True.
Everything. And so I would actually do trades or barters back then, and people would flip me $10. And in Toronto, where I grew up, I worked in the strip clubs working with the girls that worked the strippers, and the prostitute girls that would sit at the bar would come to me and say, am I going to be safe tonight? So I was known as just a little kid that everybody kind of took care of in that area, because I would tell them, okay, you can do this, you should do this, whatever. And I kind of made my living that way at a certain point.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was kind of interesting. I was right in the middle of everything seedy, or quote seedy.
Right.
And so I learned a lot through that. And then I began to hear, when I was younger, I could hear the other side, but there were some girls that took their own lives while I was working in those clubs, and I was able to communicate with them. They would come right through, and you should never do that, because every single time they regretted it, even though their life was hell on this side, or what we would be hell, but their soul was like, don't do that. I already knew not to do that.
Right.
But we all think of it at times, I think, or a lot of us. I shouldn't say we all. Yeah, so that's kind of how it was.
Very interesting. Do you ever feel...
Too much spa girl?
No. I was just processing. I was going to ask a question, but then I was like, maybe that's not an appropriate question.
You
so
can
I
ask
decided
me.
to
You
ask
can ask me anything.
But do you ever feel like very emotionally exhausted? Does it take a
Oh,
toll
that's
on
such a
you
good question.
when you communicate with the other side?
The work itself, yes, it can. It does. I was just explaining acknowledging actually your next guest, I'll say Justin, super interesting, without giving him away, but I was just saying to him, a true empath as opposed to a clairsentient, which is a person that has the ability to pick up on others' feelings, but an empath actually transmutes other people's negative energies. So in order to do that, you have to take it into your body and send it back out. So that is the exhausting part, because when they come from the other side, they slow down and we speed up to connect to it, because we're slow in our bodies. We have these bodies, which is like wearing a fat suit or like a Michelin man suit, and they don't have the body, so they have to slow down because they're very quick and we're very slow.
Okay.
So we have to meet like this, and for either one of us, it's exhausting. Easier for them, but still it's an effort on their end to have to do it. It is an effort. So I'm very tired. I crawl to bed. Like yesterday, I was working for probably 5.5 hours in a row. I prefer to do it in a row, because if I stop and eat, that makes me tired too. So I'm like, ugh. So at the end of it, I just like crawl onto the couch and nap. I may crawl for coffee and I will still fall asleep.
So
we all do that.
Yeah, I'm like coffee, and now I'm sleeping.
So I think in general, society and people as a whole have always been fascinated and interested in this idea of ghosts or spirits.
Yes,
Do they exist?
yes.
Do they not exist? So you are saying that there are, do you call them spirits? What do you call them when they say
Oh my
coming
gosh.
from the other side?
Here's how I explain it. Spirit energies, people, your dead peeps.
Okay, so all of
People's
the
peeps
above,
without the body, people without their skin suits.
Right.
But ghosts, to me, the difference with ghosts is, for example, if this building were haunted, say, for years, let's say it was a castle in England, and it was haunted, a ghost is more the energy of a dead person that doesn't know they're dead and continues to live as though they're in a physical body without recognition of the fact that they've moved out of the physical. So they continue to maneuver, whereas a spirit, to me, they've gone on somewhere to different places and they can come back. The ghost still thinks he's alive. That's why he's haunting, because he doesn't want to deal with the other side for whatever his reason. I don't know what that reason is, but you know.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm diving into a whole other world of questions here. So if a ghost were haunting a place that were occupied by other humans, would they sort of view themselves as being haunted by the humans?
Oh, good God, no one's ever asked me that. That's
Oh,
like,
that's a great question. Yeah.
she totally just did a
Yeah,
180
yeah,
on it.
yeah.
I've never asked a ghost that. What I do know is they think the humans are infringing in their space, which
Okay.
makes them angry. They're like, why won't you get out of my house?
Yeah.
Why
Right.
won't you do this? Why won't you do that? Why aren't you paying attention to me? Why can't you hear me?
Right, right.
Sometimes I'll hear them screaming at me because they want my attention, and I
Yeah.
know they're screaming when I want to pay attention.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like this, in the back of my head.
Not today.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't care. But you'll see me, I'm talking to myself. I try not to do it though, because I walk down the street and there's many different things you pick up. So, and you ask about being haunted, sometimes it's people that are haunted. Because I have people that say, you know, this house was haunted, so we sold it. This house was haunted, so we sold it. I said, did you ever consider they're trying to get through to you?
Yeah.
Oh, then they go like this, what? I'm like, yeah. Think about it. Every house you're in is haunted? That's impossible.
Yeah.
Right.
Unless it's like you're moving into vortexes all over the country, which
Right.
you're probably not.
Right, right.
You know, you probably are not doing it. You haven't
Yeah.
researched it that well. So yeah, it's interesting. But they think we're infringing on them.
Yeah.
So they're like, why
We're
is
the problem.
Yeah, why is she and her little dogs in here?
Yeah,
I told
right.
her we don't have pets. What are these things? Get them out of here. So it's like a huge problem. Yeah, but that's why they're mean. Because they don't know they're dead or they refuse to acknowledge it. But see, time on the other side is very quick. Time here is long, unless of course you're 95, then I suppose it's quick here. But
Yeah.
you know, when you're a little kid and it drags on and you're like, oh my God, when is Christmas? When is
Yeah.
this? And then when you're like older, it starts to quicken. But when you cross out of your body, it's very quick. So 400 years is a blink of an eye,
Wow.
technically. So they say.
And
Can I prove it?
yeah. So these the spirits, do they have like a conscious thought as how we would think of a conscious thought?
They have, I'm sure they dumb themselves down to a degree. That's my thinking, to communicate with us, because we're pretty, you know, whatever, without being
human.
insulting. We're human. We have an ego. We have
Right.
ideas. We come from backgrounds.
Right.
But my understanding, very interesting, I just did a YouTube thing on John Benet Ramsey, and I've not focused on that. Everybody focuses on her
Right.
from here to wherever.
Right.
And I'd not focused on her, and she kind of showed me that she was studying on the other side. Now, I have gotten that with other people, but she was a wealth of knowledge and continuing to learn.
Interesting.
So the scope of her learning was different, and sometimes they will show me things that actually give me, she did not at that time. I'm going to check back in and see if I get more, but I've had spirits show me things where I actually have to go lie down because my brain is so,
Process.
I'm like, what, you know, just like stop talking to me.
Yeah.
It's like, no. Just the level of things that can happen at one time in a succession all at once that they can handle that we cannot. We're very myopic in our lives here. We're very singularly focused, I've noticed. Even the ones of us that are hyper.
Yeah.
We're very one way. And so when you pick up on the energy of a spirit, it's multifaceted. And when they say things like, I always laugh because it's really my belief when they talk about the space program. No, I don't think they faked it. That's going around the internet. You know,
right,
one of my
yeah.
sons is like,
Right.
yeah, it's all fake. I'm like, oh,
my
please
God.
get off that blog. I just want to like go bang, bang. I mean, they do have points to it, but still, I can't even go there. I mean, if they want to fake it, good for them. I believed it. But it's actually dimensional. So once we start seeing, human beings see in like the first 3 dimensions, there's other dimensions. So when you're talking of aliens or things that are unexplained, we're going into other dimensions and time travelers. And it's so hard to explain to the average person because they're used to like, okay, I can touch you guys. So
Right.
that's what's real. The
Right.
couch is real. It is and it isn't. It's dimensional. So when you start understanding that or even trying to understand it, it's like a lot. Because I don't even know how to describe it. And who are you telling?
Right. Right.
You know, at a dinner party, you start talking and they're just
Just like, what?
yeah, okay,
the-
correct. This is why you try to go sober and talk, because otherwise they're like, okay,
Like,
crazy
she's had
girl.
too many-
Yeah,
too many
she's
drinks.
smoking pot outside. What's she doing? You know, what's she popping? But it's dimensional. So we are given vision, horses with blinders this way. We are given vision this way, and some of us branch out from that to a degree. But as we evolve as a species is how we will branch out further and further.
This is all so exciting to me. I'm very into it.
She's like super excited.
Yes. I listen to a lot of Abraham Hicks.
Yes.
Who talks about the vibrations and how we're all connected to source energy and, you know, spirit sort of being in that world.
She's popular. Well, they are popular.
Yeah.
30-something years ago, that was popular. And then there's other things in between, and it's a resurgence of it. I think she understands part of it, but there's parts that I have been taught differently from that as well. So she's going back to the teachings of her. And see, we're all given information according to who listens to us. And I believe everybody has valuable lessons, but you're right. We're all connected to a degree.
Yeah. And
To a degree.
exactly. I think we
Sometimes-
all are connected to a degree.
Yeah, we are to a degree, but we're also at different levels. So the connection has to go through time and space and dimension, because if you're a newer soul or an older soul, you might not want to ruminate at the same level. That's why people see things differently.
Yeah. And
You know.
there are different kinds of psychics, and
Oh, totally.
you hear things. Is that correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
call that
Audio.
schizophrenia.
Yeah.
Clairaudient. Yeah, schizophrenia. I mean, sorry. I digress. But yeah,
But that's how they communicate to you,
I
through
hear,
sound.
yeah, I actually have all of the abilities. I have this like weird thing where I can always feel women ovulating. So like when I'm in a room of women and they're getting their periods or ovulating, I'm like, I'm in pain, or I'm
we
like,
go.
yeah, someone's gonna get pregnant over there because they're ovulating and this one's getting her period, and I'm getting cramps and cravings, and I get very physical symptoms of people, especially before they pass. I have a thing where I will like live their death experience. So if they're gonna have a heart attack, I will have those symptoms.
Oh, wow.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, it is and it isn't. Did I ever tell you the Anna Nicole story?
I know that you
Yeah.
worked with Anna Nicole.
Yeah, no, the
but I
actual
don't know.
death process, that's
No.
really interesting. Okay, she was alive at the time, so she was not dead. And I did not know it was in regards to her, but it's one of the strongest things that I've ever experienced in my life. I was talking to her after her son died, okay? So she was a grieving mother, because
Yeah.
she'd just given birth and just buried like the same day. I don't even know how that's possible, but she
Right.
did. So her energy was probably broken and fragmented big time. As I was speaking to her before, so this was probably 6 months before she passed, that Christmas, she passed in February, but anyway, that Christmas, I started to have these symptoms where I felt like I was dying. I felt like my children were dead, so I would wake them up. They were teenagers. I was going in there and like waking them up, and they were like, "Do you mind?" Like, I was trying not to, but to see if they could feel breath, and
yeah.
their eyes open. They're like, "What are you doing?"
Wow.
And, and I'm like, "I just want to make sure you're breathing and you're not dead." And they're like, "Okay, thanks for the happy dreams. See you in the morning." So I was doing that, and as it got closer to Christmas, I was having these full-blown panic attacks where I would be with a friend, like parking in a parking lot. I'd get out of the car and I'd step in front of a car, and she'd be like, "What are you doing?" And I'd be like, "Well, I'm dead. They can't see me anyway." She'd like, "You're not dead. You're going to be dead." And she'd pull me back. And I'm like, "No, they can't see me. I'm really not alive." So I was walking around. So I would get home and I would go to my husband. "You know, my right leg's really swollen. I have an infection. Like I'm swollen. It's like elephant leg." So he'd look at me and go, "Okay, maybe you've gained a bit of weight," which is the wrong thing to say anyway. During any kind of psychosis, not the right thing to say.
Right.
So we'd get out the camera and he took pictures and he's like, "No, really, like this is what," so I would look at the camera and I'd be like, "Oh, yeah, my leg's a lot more swollen in my head," right?
Yeah.
So I was feeling all of that, walking around. Okay, so Christmas Eve, I'm upstairs doing something with presents. I look in the mirror in the bathroom. I start shrieking at the top of my lungs, just screaming. I'm like, I can't see my face. The skin's fallen off my face. I can't put my makeup on. I'm just bones. Like, I'm screaming. This is a true story. So my husband comes upstairs like 2 o'clock in the morning. He's like, "Do you want some tea? What do you want?" Took a picture of me. I go, "So I'm not dead?" He's like, "You're not dead, or at least you're on camera. I guess they can't take pictures of him on camera, so you're alive. Go ahead." This continues on. Go ahead to when she dies. Okay, so she dies. The moment, and I did get a phone call before it hit the news that she died. I got into a car accident, the energy. I got home. Her body's being fought over. A week later, the girl that is dressing her body, I should give a shout out to Sandy. Anyway, Sandy was the one doing the makeup that was on her TV show, calls me and says, I can't put the makeup on her body. They left her out too long. The skin fell off her face. She's just bones. We have to close the casket. I was actually getting that process. How she died was an infection. I mean, she obviously overdosed on different things, but there was also a blood infection starting in the upper right thigh, which is everything I was feeling was happening, not released to the public, heard about it after, but I was actually living it going up to that. So they were either showing me that, and that's dimensionally because that was going to happen, which is why I picked it up. So there was no stopping that, like it was already set into motion, but I was getting it from another point in time and not being able to, I didn't even know it was about her.
Yeah.
As I wave my hands all over because I'm really secretly Italian, but I have to sit on my hands. But that was an experience of living somebody's death process, and it was, those are the words I heard. That phone call came to me as she was trying to dress the body, which was supposed to be open, but they had left her in a way that she couldn't, that was not appropriate, or not something she would have wanted. Let's just put it that way. So they just did what they could and then closed the casket. So, and I got that phone call. So it was really interesting because I was feeling it, but I did not know who it was from. So they don't always come, you'll watch on TV and you'll see these psychics on TV, a lot of them, and a lot of it is staged. It does not come through like that. I just described to you and I couldn't place it until it happened.
Yeah.
So we go through, it's a story from the other side. It's not as clear because for you to pick that energy up directly straight on, like their name is this, you know, all the time, you're on the other side, so you're dead.
Yeah.
Or you're crazy.
Right.
Which a lot of psychics will end up in a mental hospital because they open up too much.
Right.
And they have to go calm down.
So
Just
I
chill
have
out.
seen in the
Medicate.
past you have been on shows and there have been people in the audience who've kind of like asked you direct questions.
Yes.
How is that? Like, can you just be put on the spot like that and someone be
I
like,
try
so
to.
what's going on in my life right now? Tell me everything.
Yeah, I try to. Yeah, that's funny, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's like, yeah, I really want to hear that story. So how are my husband? Are we going to be divorced? And it's like, do you really want me to say this out loud?
If you're asking the question, probably
But
yes.
does
Yes.
the information come to you in that manner if someone
Yeah,
asks you a direct question?
you know, it's interesting because I will ask, okay, so I'll say, what's your name? And then give me your birthday. I'm not doing their astrology, but that's how my brain will hook into it. Of course, if they're a Leo or Virgo or Scorpio or whatever, okay, great. But I can hook in quickly. And at parties, it's really weird because sometimes I'll be hired to do parties where it's 12-minute readings for 4 hours.
Oh my God.
Because they've got so many guests,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
you can't just sit and talk to one. So they'll actually have a timer on, and when I know I have to focus like that, I will actually, instead of doing things like, oh, your dog loves you and your neighbor's nice to you, I'll get like, and your mama has this illness and it's this that, and the other, and then they have to go and they're left sobbing, and I'm
Right.
like,
You're like,
yeah, sorry, gotta go.
Time's
But it's
up.
funny, when it's quicker, sometimes my body will do that. If the person sees the spirit, if the person needs the information, they'll give it to them.
Oh.
So it's really kind of what that person needs is the information they're given.
Okay.
So hopefully it's semi-right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm open. Yeah, I'm open. But yeah, they do that on shows. That's their way. I wish they would be more enlightened with how they do it. And they're not. I mean, I've been proposing it for years. Whatever. Whatevs. But they think that the audience wants to see that kind of, I call it, you know, circus.
Instant gratification.
Yeah,
Yeah.
puppet jumping.
Yeah.
Maybe because they like to keep us dumb for a reason, so that we're not taken seriously. Because when you look at, for example, the Long Island medium, she's been on a long time. I have no idea whether she's real or not, and I don't even care. But I do know that the one show I watched, she went to her dog groomer that she'd been to for 12 years. And she said, oh, I'm picking up a dead guy. Well, the dog groomer's husband had just died. Well, we know if you've been there for 12 years, you already know that's
Right.
there. So stop,
Right.
stop
Yeah.
producing it that way.
Right.
It's absurd. So it's ridiculous. The one thing of the Hollywood medium I watched, he was doing Bella Thorne, and of course, me being the a-hole I am, I had to Google her. I've heard the name. I don't know much about her.
Yeah.
I mean, I know she's huge, but I've not
Right.
watched stuff like that.
huge-ish.
Huge-ish, right.
Huge-ish.
But the first line on her Wikipedia is, you know, father died in a motorcycle accident. That's the first thing the psychic says. I don't know if he really picked it up or not, but stop producing it that way.
Right.
That should not
Right.
be done that way. Like, if
Right.
you are staging it, at least do some work.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're not staging it, you should go and see and kind of make it away from that. So
Right.
to answer your question, I've been on shows even where they have a panel of psychics and they want to put you forth. So what am I going to say that's different?
Right.
Nothing. And they're just making whichever psychic goes last weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a weird stalker psychic. So what I will do on these shows, unbeknownst to whoever's doing it, is I'll pull someone from behind the camera and read them. Because I'm not going to be put in that position. So they like to structure us. So it's very hard to show it authentically on camera because for some reason the industry is a business, a money-making business, where they don't believe you can really do it. So they don't really want you to do it. They want to structure the outcome. So they will continue to make their sponsorship or their money or whatever it is. So when I do it, I try to only work on shows that will allow me to do what I do.
Yeah, naturally.
Naturally, right. Like, it's really nice you want me to say that, but now that you've told me it, I'm never saying it.
Yeah.
So I'll even agree with them and go on camera and go, not say it. Because my kids will know when I'm lying. Like, they will look right at me, and I can't have, like, the grandbaby thinking I'm a pathological liar. Because they know, right? They're like, she's acting weird. Why? And they know that look. You know? No, really, your family knows, right?
Right.
Don't they?
Absolutely.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I can't.
Do you find that anyone in your family has any of the same gifts that you have?
Oh my God. Yes, weirdly, yeah. You know, I of course, when you're psychic or intuitive or empathic, you only will draw partners in like that, or you have no interest because you can't really walk down a line of, I don't know, dogmatic weirdness over here to you. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But you've got to pull in someone that at least entertains it. So I've been lucky that way. And I hate to say it, but my firstborn son, he is just a kick-ass intuitive, a medium since he was little. He will deny it to you and anybody else. But when he's angry and his little horns come out, he will say from across the room, I am a better psychic than you. And he's... That's his, like, but it's in private, so I'm not even supposed to say it.
Right.
The little one, I'm actually getting really proud of because he's developing his gift in a different way, and he's coming to it. He didn't even believe it till he had a friend that was actually murdered when he was 20 in a drive-by thing, and that kid came to him. Wow. And he was able to show him. And he said, I didn't believe it till after it happened to me. Like, he always thought I was some kind of lying weirdo. Like, he's like, I don't know what's up with my mom, but, you know, and when he's mad, he will then throw back in that it's all fake and whatever. So, you know, kids, they got to go against their parents. So whatever it is you do, they want to do the opposite. But he learned it in a much different way. So it's very interesting. I do believe it's genetic. I believe it's a genetic trait.
Yeah.
Through your genetic DNA for whatever reason. I've seen preachers with the ability. I've seen Catholic priests with the ability. I've seen them speaking at a mass where I've been, that's straight up psychic. I know who he's talking to. I've watched him and I'm like, wow, that is good. And he doesn't, traveling. So they come in all walks. It could be anybody. Yeah.
Okay, I have two last things. I don't want to end with you, but we have a
you
live performance to get to.
You have an excellent guest next. Okay.
So after, you know, we pass away and our spirit moves on.
Right.
Would you say, like, my thoughts of Chrissy continue in that, like, am I aware that I'm Chrissy and I passed on and I'm a spirit, or is it totally different than that?
Oh, like, do you become all enlightened? Yeah, they don't become enlightened on the other side.
Or, I mean, am I just aware of, like, oh, I'm Chrissy, I died, and now I'm a spirit?
Oh, you're aware, if you pay attention to it, you're aware of who you were. Now, if you OD or you're some kind of person who doesn't believe in the afterlife and is going out on morphine or, you know, something like that, you're probably going to have to reconcile that.
Right.
But I always use this as an example. You remember the movie Ghost with Whoopi Goldberg?
Of course.
Okay,
Patrick
sorry.
Swayze, Demi Moore.
Yes, exactly. Very good. Whoopi Goldberg. And everybody else in there. Okay, so when he passes out of his body, at first you see his shock, like he's looking down, but he knows who he is, and until he can reconcile that, then he crosses over. Whoever was a consultant on that was 100% accurate, and Whoopi Goldberg's character is the way most psychics are until she really got the gift, and then she had to speak it the way she knew it to be. And all of that other nonsense was gone, and then her gift came. So it's such an accurate portrayal done as a comedy by Hollywood. Thanks, Hollywood. So not a comedy, it's actually real. But the way that his character was, I would say that even though he was taken out of his body, like suddenly, he had recognition that he was that person. He knew his wife, you know, he knew all of those things and he knew what had gone on. So he was able to stay around. So most people have a knowledge of that.
And then when you pass into the other side, do you still have like your human or earthly thoughts?
Oh, definitely, like right away.
Things that you had
absolutely,
when you were alive?
Absolutely. When my father-in-law passed and everybody was at his funeral, he walked through my living room and he still had his walker. Bless his heart, he was like 90 and he still walked through my living room with his walker. And I'm thinking in my head, well, what the hell is that about? Like, didn't even have a body. Don't need that. And so he had gotten up and moved through and was just showing himself. But I was peeking into a dimension where he was walking through until he fully embraced it for whatever reason. And you can stay in your physical form connected to your Chrissy life as long as you want to. And if you're not done with your Chrissy life, you can choose to come back and do another life like that again. Don't let them trick you into that one though.
Don't do that.
No, go on and be something different. We can be anything we want. We can do, like, we all have a lifetime. This is, I just channeled recently, but we all have a lifetime where we are in a war. So where we all experience fighting, where we all experience hunger, where we all experience male, female, where we experience fame, not fame. So so there really is no need for jealousy, but I cannot prove that to you at this point, because if your soul wants it, you will require it to come in and live another life. Most of us keep recycling until some sort of enlightenment. I'm not the one to ask about that because I have a feeling I'm going to keep coming back, but I hope not. But I'm thinking yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So is there anything for like 2019 that's been put upon your heart that you like feel like people need to be aware of?
Oh my God. Super yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go out on a bang with that.
Let's go out on a bang. Okay. So I was asking, like, what's going on with look at how I light up. Okay. The way the world is right now for you young people and all young people, it's really hard to, like, buy a house in Los Angeles, do stuff because the banks have control. This has control. That kind of is working this year. We're going to look at a power structure that is shifting. That's all the nonsense in the news that we're hearing and everything on whatever TV you watch, whichever side you're on. That's actually what's happening, so we should be embracing it because the power structure as we know it, financially, there's like a way that it's been ruled for 1,000 years, to say, that we know of, and that's shifting. So we're going into a system that's like more bartering, more creative, more feminine, as opposed to patriarchal. Woo! Although we've all both been men and women, so I don't know how to hate the other side, right?
Love that,
yeah, we both are that, but whatever. And we are also going to start to see people who are in power, whatever that power is, whether it be political, financial, entertainment, whatever, actually be called on their deeds. We are in a spiritual war at the moment, literally between good and evil. So you will see the good coming up a little bit more, but we're fighting for it right now. The next 6 months is imperative, 5 to 6 months with that. So if you are a good person, continue to be good. If you are a bad person, try to be good. So we're gonna do that. Unless your karma is to be bad, then I guess you have to be the opposite player of that. But there's a balance going on right now. That's why you're seeing people that you thought were good because you just assumed it coming from where you are. So the spirituality is opening up on the planet.
There's a lot of light being shed right now into the
you
dark
can feel
corners.
it, right? Yeah, that's exactly it. But for the next 6 months too. So there's a lot of that, and the political structure as we know it is also going to change. So there may be people without billions of dollars or without backing that are coming in to run that we've never heard of.
Yeah. Good.
Yes.
Great. Love
Absolutely. Yes. Let's go find them. Let's go find some people.
We will lead the charge.
Yes, we're going to find them. And they will be women. But there's women coming up, like in the next 2 years. But by 2020, our power structure is different. Also, medically, oh my God, I forgot to say this. Medically this year with eyesight, because I'm now at an age where I can't see, but I just pretend I can. I'm that person on the road. Anyway, eyesight and medical advancement, that's not going to be an issue anymore. So in 2019, there's going to be new eyesight surgeries that actually change the way that we look at glasses and not what we have out currently. So that's cool for you guys when you get to an age where you pretend you don't need glasses.
Can you tell me when we're going to wipe out student loans for the country?
You know what? That's the power struggle. Okay, now you got me started. Okay, so let's look at this. Student loans. And I didn't fall for this one, but I can see where you would as a parent. I mean, your parents obviously wanted you to be educated, and this is a good thing. Lovely, educated, take care of yourself. These are all good goals. So on what planet do we tell all the kids in college that they should all be one thing, because that's how you're going to make money? That's impossible for all you lawyers out there and dentists. There's too many. You should follow your passion. So to answer your question, that probably within 4 years, and trade schools are going to start making a comeback now because it's passion-based, not the patriarchal lawyer, doctor, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't even know what's out there,
Right.
communication, whatever. No, there's so many different things. So your generations are bringing that up, and that's actually what's opening up. So about 4 years for that. I do think there's going to be a reprieve on that. They're probably going to make you pay something because that's the way this world
Well, I
is.
have been paying something. Let me tell you.
But do you see? They
I hear
keep
you, girl.
It's about keeping you indentured.
Yes,
that part's
right.
going. So
Yes.
let's make you a doctor. Let's say let's put you through $200,000 worth of schooling, which you're probably never going to pay back, and you're going to have to work every day of your life, so that your soul passion can never be explored because you're indebted to the man, whichever man or woman, whatever. Right. So that's changing. That's the power structure, and that's done by the big banks. And don't get me started because I'll sound like a conspiracy theorist. Maybe we have other shows for that.
Next time.
But that's what's being opened up right now,
Yeah.
actually, because you're not going to put up with that. You're not
Right.
going to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not
I'm
going
not putting up with it.
Yeah.
Right? Take my student loans.
Not gonna
hit
do
delete.
it.
Right.
Let's do it.
She's okay with paying a little bit fair-wise,
Yes.
but not ridiculous amounts of penalties, because
right.
that's stupid. And whoever said you can't write that loan off? Whoever determined that?
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, who said that? What? What's a FICO score? Take it and FICO off.
Yes.
Well, guys,
So that you can buy a house, right?
Yeah,
I mean, hello.
yeah.
Right?
yes, absolutely.
For your dogs.
Right.
God.
Because we definitely have to have Sloan back. Okay,
I'm
there's
so
just
excited.
so much
Happy
to
New Year,
discuss.
you guys.
Yeah, and guys, please follow, support her, give her some money. She'll give you a reading.
Give me some money.
You know what is
Speaking
your
of
website?
student loans, it's sloanbella.com, and I'm
There you go.
trying to start my YouTube channel. I had people check in years ago, then I never did anything till like a month and a half ago, and that's just Sloan Bella, but I'm doing all kinds of stuff. There's
Yes.
crystal information on crystals for energy,
Love.
astrology. We
Yep.
just had an eclipse. We're having another one, so I put new videos up for that.
Amazing.
Yeah, I just chatter about astrological things and how it affects us and your
Fantastic.
sign. So
Yeah.
you guys love that.
And then your Instagram is at Sloan Bella.
Yeah, it's just at Sloan Bella. Yes, that's it. Follow me.
Follow
them.
Yay!
Yes.
Guys, we're going to take a really quick break. We're going to all set up for Justin. Don't go anywhere.
You will
Facebook.
love Justin. I love him.
We love him. We love him.
Love.
We'll be right back, everyone. Hang tight. Hi, guys. Welcome back to the show. We have Justin Green in the house. Welcome, Justin.
Hello.
Justin.
Guys, Justin's our new best friend.
Yeah.
We've already poisoned him with SpaGirl Cocktail. Not
Yeah.
poison. We're just helping him have a good time.
Loosen me up.
That's what we do. That's why we're here. We're just loosening everybody
Thanks
up.
for great performances.
And poor Judyth Brooke just got her whole heart red. They're off camera. We went on hiatus.
I had to fix my mascara. Sorry, guys.
But you know what? You're a live testimonial.
You know
Sloan
what?
Bella's the real deal.
Sloan Bella is the
No doubt.
real freaking deal. So real. So real, guys.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go. And we're just going to jump into shit with Justin.
Yeah.
First of all, I really like your nose.
My nose.
What? Yeah.
What
I was
nose?
watching all your videos. You photograph very well. And you have a great nose. I just wanted to tell you that.
It's fake.
What a compliment.
3 times.
Okay, hey, whatever works.
okay.
There's no, listen,
Third time's the charm.
everybody who watches the show knows that I want to get fat transfer surgery and put fat in my ass, so it's fine.
Fat in the ass
Yeah,
and the
we're always
nose?
transparent.
You want fat in the nose too?
No, just my ass.
Okay. Fat nose. Just the ass. Okay.
Just the ass, just the ass.
Nothing
you
wrong
know.
with that.
Yeah, hey, nothing wrong with that at all. You had a birthday in November. Happy belated
did.
birthday.
Thank you.
You released a song, Secret.
I did. Yeah. I like that one.
Yeah, how's it going?
I think good.
I think
like
good.
it.
I feel like good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Secret. What's the song about?
I don't know. You tell us.
Secret.
Is it a secret? It's on Spotify, guys. You can check it out now.
Secret is about, I kind of like make songs just when I go through situations in life. So sometimes I can't even write about it if I'm going through the shit. But then after, I kind of like it's like, okay, let me try to get this out.
Yeah.
And that's what Secret is. So first verse is about a certain situation. Second verse is about another situation.
Situations we've all had.
And I just like to tell stories.
All had them.
And then at the end, I always try to make it like a uplifting ending to the story. So like every song I do, I try not to end on like a sad note. I kind of try to make it a little bit uplifting, so you can kind of dance to it a little bit. Even if it might have a little bit of like dark undertone, it's like you still gonna dance to it.
Yeah.
Because I don't like the dark.
I like that.
Yeah.
Do you also literally not like the dark?
No, like, I don't know. I think
when you were a child, did you have a nightlight? I did.
I have like a little salt lamp thing that my friend bought me. I don't like to be in pitch blackness. But I embrace the darkness, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like through the darkness, you kind of learn a lot of lessons. It's like pain is just temporary. So it's like if you can learn from pain, then shit, you win. Because there's always going to be pain somewhere.
Right. You know what's weird? This is so off topic, but I just feel like sharing, guys.
Yeah.
So I have not had a bad dream in a really long time. And I used to they kind of used to come and go with me, but I'm always a pretty vivid dreamer.
Yeah.
But I had a really bad dream last night, and I woke up screaming.
Oh, shit.
And my poor dog was like, but I know, and I was like, fuck, I wonder what's going on in my life that I would have a bad dream and wake up screaming.
Well, what was the dream about?
So I was like stuck in a bed.
Yeah.
And I was calling for. It was a demonic presence. Oh, I never have dreams about demons.
Shit.
It was a demonic presence, and I was and it was like pinning me to the bed, and I couldn't talk or move.
Like
and I
sleep
knew
paralysis?
And I knew something, but it was a dream,
shit.
right? And I knew I've never had real sleep paralysis. Knock on fucking something.
Fucking floor.
Okay, and I knew something bad was gonna happen. And every time I tried to, if I can just scream for my friend to come in the room, it's going to wake me up and the demon's going to go away.
Yeah.
And every time I try to open my mouth to scream, your voice wouldn't let you, and you could feel it caught inside of you.
Yeah.
And I just felt everything was caving in, and the demonic presence was going to get me. And finally I was like, you just have to scream, make yourself scream. And finally when I really did scream, I screamed in real life.
Oh my God.
shit.
And I was surprised I wake up the whole fucking, it was a loud ass, like you would think I'd being murdered. And I was like, you know what?
Those are
My
the
fucking
worst
sister didn't even come
dreams.
check on me. So if I was really being murdered, I'd be fucking dead right now. Thanks a lot, sister.
But you have the dog. You have the dog.
But you have the
Yeah,
dog.
but he's like a Pomeranian. I mean,
Aw.
what's he gonna do? I hate to say it. He's just gonna be traumatized. So
Yeah.
Okay, well that was a.
That was
I don't know. I'm
terrifying.
sorry, guys.
All
I
I
just
know,
needed to share
if that shit happens
information.
again, you need to just pray and pray
Okay.
and pray and then pray.
Can I say something? I don't believe in God.
Why is that?
With this, I feel like
Because
this is
we just
long
talked to a
story.
psychic.
Here's
We
where we're
just like
Okay,
she
here's
just
what I
got
should say.
a
Here's what I should
psychic.
say.
Okay.
I don't believe in God in the conventional sense as the Bible states it.
Oh, that's fine.
I don't believe in that. I definitely believe in like the power of the universe.
Yeah.
I believe in a higher power. I believe that like all religions have realities to them. I don't think there's one way to like a finished product. I think we can
It's
all
impossible
get there.
to have one way.
Yeah.
We come from
yeah.
different
so
places.
I should say that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have a problem with just the word.
Maybe.
Because
I
that
just don't
kinda
think there's
leads
like
it to
one
a-
guy in the sky, and if you don't believe exactly what he
How do
says,
you know
you're
it's a
going to
guy?
hell. I don't exactly. That's only because the effing Bible says that.
Is it?
It's definitely not a guy. So I shouldn't say that. I don't know if I don't know.
You don't know. Guys, we have a lot of strength, but girls have a lot of nurturing and a lot of love. So it's like if you want God to be a girl, maybe the most
Right.
nurturing person in my life is my mom. So
Right.
from my perspective, God would be a very, very nurturing person. Or
Yeah.
not even
Yeah.
a person. I don't even know.
Right.
Like you shouldn't know because
Right.
you're not dead.
Right.
As
So-
Ariana Grande says, God is a woman.
Possibly. Yeah. So I just meant God in the conventional sense.
But at the end of the
I'll
day-
try praying. I'll try praying.
Yeah, just pray. Pray
Okay,
to the
I'll
universe.
pray. It's fine.
It
I have a
works.
stigma because I was raised super Christian.
Yeah.
So I just gotta let go of the stigma.
But just know this, there cannot be a human being alive today without a man and a female, okay?
True.
So we just have to accept both and just embrace it. We all
like
have
that.
our own different shit.
Right.
And then some people are even mixed between all those different
Right.
energies, and that's just the way the universe is.
Right.
And you just accept it.
Yeah.
Don't fight it.
No, I'm not gonna fight it. All right.
Don't fight it.
Okay, I'm not gonna
We're
fight
getting
We
deep
need it.
today
We
on
are.
Females Unfiltered show.
Yeah.
Hey.
it. I also like that you have an enjoyment of cannabis and wrote a song about
Ah!
it. I get high. The next time I partake in cannabis, I will be playing that song.
Oh my goodness. So funny thing about that, like the first song I wrote is called Feelin', and that
Okay.
song's about weed too. Like literally, like I moved to LA and I was like, cool. You know, I kind of have like some body pains. Let me go into the shop and see what's good, right? So this lady, she like told me about all the different strains and what does what, and she gave me like a full weed, I don't know, weed tutorial,
Absolutely.
right? So then I took her little tutorial, and then I, you know, used her advice, and then I actually went online. I started researching the different shit, and was just like, okay, I want to see what's gonna work for me and what's not. And I was just like, okay, well, I'm super excited, and I want to make music. Let me go ahead and try something that's gonna make me creative. I got so fucking high. I was like happy as shit, like literally in my house dancing, beatboxing, doing the most, right? And I made my first song.
Love it.
All right.
And from that point on, I said, I don't have no problem with weed. I don't have no problem with weed. Like,
now, did you have sativa or indica?
That was sativa.
Do you prefer sativa or indica?
I like to be happy, so a sativa.
I prefer sativa too.
Indica, I don't like to be.
Indica's, I'm like, why do I feel everything in my body?
It's in the couch. That's what
yeah,
I feel, and I don't
sativa.
like to be in the couch. I like to be out.
Sativa's got the giggles.
Going and happy and laughing and shit.
Right. Okay.
So yeah. So hi, that was that was another time where I was just like. I was like, you know, I think at the time, like, there was just so much going on, like, in the media and just different things about, like, politics and just shit and drama, and I hate drama, so I was just like, let me smoke and take my mind off of it, and then that's what I was like, I just started freestyling rapping, and then I started the song off rapping and finished it singing, and it really didn't have a whole lot of lyrics, it was just... That's how I felt.
Right. That's cool. I like that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And speaking of politics, I saw you had a photo with Kamala Harris. What were you two up to?
You know what? Me and her were honorary guests at a church.
Oh, wow.
So
what good company you're keeping.
Yeah, like she's
just kidding, Kamala.
No, she's an amazing person.
Absolutely.
You know, you meet people in the real world and you're just like, you know, I have my perception of you, but then I actually meet you and I'm like, you're a good person. And we have the same mission in life, so I fucks with her.
I like it. I like it. I endorse you fucking with her.
She's good. She's gonna see this a lot.
Effing with her. You can put this on your website. I support you effing with her.
Yeah.
Okay, so one thing I like about your Instagram is you post these videos of you singing often, which is great, delightful. And there's several of them where you're like totally chilling and singing. And you sound so good. And I'm like, if Homeboy could like sing like this and sound like so good, you know when he's like performing, you're just gonna be blown out the water.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I practiced.
Yeah.
Couple takes.
Right? Do you prefer, because you put a lot of covers out, do you prefer doing covers or your originals when you put them out there?
You know what? I think because I grew up singing covers and stuff, and like, you know, I auditioned for like American Idol and The Voice and like Making the Band and all these different TV shows. So it's like I learned to get good at singing covers, but I love my own stuff because there's no competition. There's no like, I don't have to worry about if you like the way I did this cover because it's my own shit. So it's like there's no competition when you're in your own lane. So I like it.
So how were those audition processes? What important life lessons did you learn from them?
I learned about that is reality TV is reality TV, but it's TV. You know, television is television, and at the end of the day, television needs ratings. So it doesn't matter if you're one of the dopest singers in there. There was people there that were best singers I've ever heard in my life.
Bananas,
can't make the damn show. So I realized I was like, well, shit, if you can't make it, I know damn well I can't make it because you're better than me. And I was like,
right.
So then you'll see that happen, and then one of us will get put higher, and you're just like, well, shit, like you look better than me and you sound better than me, but yet I got above you. And then you're just like, it's a mental fuck. I hated it. I'm being honest. Like,
no, I love your honesty.
Like, I personally hate that. Because that's a lot of pressure to not know what you're standing up against, you know?
Yeah. So much of it is political and producers behind the scenes sort of pitting each other against one another, seeing like who can create drama.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of stuff, you know, and it's entertaining, and you know, I do like the fact that it gives people a chance to dream, you know, like before American Idol, someone like me, I had no idea how to get on TV, or I had no idea for even an opportunity to put myself out there. It's like I didn't really have the balls to do it. But after you doing those kind of shows and you're like, I'm about to put myself out for national television, that gives you a little boost in your heart, and you're like, you know what, I can do this shit.
That's right.
And then if you actually make it past like, you know, the rounds, then you're like, oh shit. Like at least somebody likes me, you know, somebody out there thinks I got something.
Yeah.
But you know, take it with a grain of salt. Just that's just life, you know. Whatever you got, whatever your talent is, just pursue it, and eventually it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
If you work hard.
It's true.
Keep a good attitude.
It's true. And you not only sing, you produce as well.
Yeah, so I sing, write, produce, but I had to learn how to do that because I look with the writing stuff. That I mean, I always knew how to do melodies, but like the actual writing, I told you that didn't like kick in until after I went through real life lessons.
Right.
You know, like stop looking at life from like a selfish point of view and just looking at other people's life and interpreting that into music. And then also when I went through my own experiences, I was like, okay, how do I get this out? And once I was able to get it out, then now writing's a piece of cake.
Yeah.
But it was hard. Like I could not finish a song for the longest. Like I could never write a song from start to finish and make the beat and engineer it and sing it. It's like, that's a lot of work.
It's a lot of pieces.
Now I do it, but it was a skill that you have to develop, and it didn't pop up overnight. Like I started producing when I was in 7th grade. So that's so many years ago.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, it's like,
insane.
so you literally just, you know, just keep working on it, and then eventually it gets better. Now, I don't need a studio, I don't need money, I don't need anything, so I can do it myself. So that helps because, you know, moving to LA, you're broke. I'm being honest, like you're broke. Like people don't know how much.
Content creator.
Yeah, people don't realize how much it takes to put in money to equipment and putting money into studio time and finding a writer, finding a producer, finding an engineer, and then finding a master. How the fuck do you have that kind of money? Most people don't.
You don't.
Unless you, so then it's like, then you're like, okay, well, maybe I can get an investor, maybe I can get signed, maybe I can do this, maybe I can work 3 jobs, and it's just like, you know, you know, it's hard, and I see that because I've lived it, and now it's easy. So that's where I'm at today.
Hashtag get your own skills.
Yeah, hashtag
Exactly.
everybody got to learn, so learn from them.
You can be like Pablo Escobar's brother and start a GoFundMe page for whatever it is your heart desires.
For a wall. Or whatever you want.
Right, exactly.
I don't think he wants the wall. I don't think he wants
you
the
don't
wall.
Want, no, he wants
I don't think that's the agenda. But,
no, I don't think so either,
yeah.
Do you enjoy performing live?
I like performing live. You know why? Like, because now that I make like fun, uplifting songs, I like to dance and I like people to dance. Yeah. So it's like me performing live is just me dancing.
Oh, so we're gonna fuck with him today. He's tethered, guys. He's on a couch.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're gonna make me.
This is a test of your skills. See what you can do.
We're just getting the stripped down raw, Justin. That's what
I'm not gonna do much.
It's fine. It's fine. It's gonna be him and his IG videos.
You're gonna get vocals, and that's what you're gonna get.
That's what we want. The vocals.
That's what you get.
Yeah. So do you have any performances coming up?
Well, today. And then I want to set up one pretty soon.
Okay.
Like it's gonna be like I want like the thing is like when you're an independent artist, like I have to kind of set everything up, and I want like my backup singers, I want my backup dancers.
Okay, you want the whole shebang.
I want it the way that I see it in my head.
Absolutely.
You know, like with the right lighting and all that. And I was like, I want to create a vibe. So and the vibe that I want it to be like chill ass people who like music, who don't mind dancing, and
bring their cannabis
and weed. So
bring it. Get it?
Yeah, hopefully I could have the weed homies hook it up. So you know, you come in, you're already in a good
They're
vibe.
like, have a sativa pen, welcome.
There you go, do your thing, yeah. Like for real, like that's how I want my concerts to be. Like I went to a Drake concert, and the coolest thing about the Drake concert, people were just, I mean, now that shit's dangerous. Don't be just passing around random. Don't be passing around random weed. Could have been some ratchet weed.
Yeah, there could have been some shit in there.
But you know what? I did it. And
it turned out all right.
And we had the dopest time at a Drake concert. That's cool. And it was just, everybody was just passing, just dancing and singing. And I was like,
this is rad.
That's cool. Like, even at a hip hop.
Yeah.
It's even hip hop R&B-ish.
Yeah.
even at a Drake concert,
Right.
you can be in a dope-ass vibe and chill with good people.
Well, that's what's cool about music, right? You have this experience with all these people you don't know, but you kind of feel
Yeah.
all united and unified, and you're all jamming out to this music and in this.
Sam Smith was like that too. Like
Oh
his
my God,
concert
the
was
best concert
the best
of my
Like
life.
we were singing. I felt like I was just in like a karaoke
You know
bar
what? I
just
believed
singing.
in God after hearing that man sing live.
Right?
Oh,
Oh my
So I'm not
God.
gonna lie. I love Sam Smith's songs, but before I didn't know that he could sing that good live. And after seeing it in real life, I was like, this is the dopest concert. I think it was my favorite concert I went to last year.
You know what? I kind of agree with that.
I think so.
He's better live than on his albums.
No, he's better live.
It is
he's
insane.
dope. Like he's dope.
I would
like,
so see him again in a heartbeat.
I'll go with you.
Thank
Let's
you.
do it.
Let's
go.
look it up.
So there
when
you
does
go.
he have a
Sam
concert?
Smith is a
Shit
dope
was
singer.
So good.
I said it.
So good.
Not ashamed.
Yeah.
People have shame in saying things. No shame.
No shame.
That shit was dope. So.
Okay, so we know you got your music that you pump out here and there.
Yeah.
Is there anything on the producing front, even for other artists, that we need to like be on the lookout for?
So me and Tiago have a song coming out.
Tiago, where you at? Get your ass
Yeah,
over here. Come
Tiago.
on, get your voice better. I'm sick of it. Let's go.
Get your voice better, singer. So yeah, me and Tiago have a song coming out. That one's called Fly, and it's basically about literally about all the bullshit going on in the world. But you know, like we always make it fun, and we just want to say, just fly. You know, let all the troubles go, and just fly, and just have a good time and dance, and then have a little dance break in there, and it's just like all my music kind of I low-key put a little dance break in there, and that's Tiago's song, me and his, and then I have another song that's gonna be on a film, and that's like about
amazing.
Yeah, it's like same thing, peace, love, positivity, and changing the world for a better place and not judging people, and that one's gonna be on a movie. So
that's fantastic.
yeah, so that
Can
was.
you tell the movie or no? Are you sworn to secrecy?
I don't know. I'm not gonna
I
say it
don't
because
wanna-
I don't even know. I don't
We
know.
don't. All right. Okay.
But it's
But people
gonna be
should be
dope.
looking at your Instagram because when it comes out, you'll
Yeah,
let
like-
the world know.
Yeah, and I'm. It's weird because it's like I said, like right now I am an independent artist, you know. But it's like, when you're indie, you kind of have ultimate freedom. It's like I really don't have to be. I don't have to be anything no one else wants me to be. It's like I literally can put out my content and whatever I want to promote, that's what I want to promote. And I kind of want to keep it that way as long as I can. Like I don't know what the future is gonna hold, but at the end of the day, it's like I feel like you should be authentic, and the people that fuck with you, they do, and the people who don't, they won't.
Right.
And maybe later they will, but it's just like
when they'll get on the bandwagon, like this Jessica is.
You're not making it for them though.
That's how it.
People
You make it
naturally align.
You make it because you need to make it. Like we all should be trying to make it, and then when you make it, people will follow if it's good.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And because people follow bad shit, so it's like it's
do
like
they ever.
So that's my opinion on that.
I like that opinion. Okay, so is there anything you want to tell us about this song that you're about to bust
This Babaloo song?
Yeah, the song we're about to hear.
Oh, Babaloo. Okay, so Babaloo is literally, I got inspired by, so when I used to work my little day job, I got inspired by a guy, and he kind of like bewitched my mind. Like you know, you just meet certain people and then they just kind of like spook you, but in the best way possible.
Right, and you like can't get them out of your mind.
You can't get them out of. So you know, you kind of got spooked today in a little bit, in a good way. She got spooked in a good way, but she got spooked because
for sure.
There's just certain things that the people don't believe in. It's just like when you experience it, you're like, that was fucking spooky.
Yeah.
I kind of, it puts your ego down like this. You go, whoop, whoop, whoop. I don't know shit. Humble pie. You're like,
right now.
Yeah, you're like, that was weird. You shouldn't be able to do that, but you can.
Okay.
So that's Babaloo. I got spooked by a guy, and literally he was from New Orleans, and my dad's family's from Louisiana, and I was just like, I'm inspired. I went home and I was so inspired to make like a New Orleans kind of pop vibe of a song. That's literally what happened, and I kind of like I said, like I kind of like New Orleans in general, especially because they just have so much culture there. But then I kind of like voodoo. I don't do voodoo.
I was saying, he put some voodoo
I don't
on you.
fucking do voodoo. I don't do that. But I kind of like the aesthetics of it, and like with the skulls and different kind of things. So I kind of just.
Yeah, I saw your Halloween costume.
I was Papa Legba because he's a voodoo. I don't know what the fuck he is.
But you made him well.
He's scary, but
well.
I'm not really scared by anything. So
okay. Not the dark.
definitely not scared by nothing like that. So.
All right, cool.
That's Babaloo.
Well, we're excited.
Yeah.
We're ready.
Let's hear it.
Wait, maybe there's a plane.
Oh, always.
We've had 100 activities today. What the fuck's a plane matter, right? All right. Hey, I think it's good. We're good. All right.
How are we supposed to get this out?
Well, I mean, press play would be great.
Is it gonna be loud though? Like, that's what I want to know.
Well, I mean, it probably won't be like astronomically loud, but all we give a shit about is your voice. But it will be loud enough. Would you like me to hold it like here level so the mic will pick it up good? The mic will get it. I can tune your mic up a little bit.
Yeah. Let me tell you a little story about a girl named Sally, knew her from the first grade. She never gave me any time or no play like Aunt No Way Jose. So I went on my way, working hard to getting paid. But when I made a couple million, Sally hit me in the DM like, what's up? She said, hey there, buddy, now back way up from me, because you want my money. Now tell me, ain't that funny? Give it to me now. That's when you guys come in.
Oh yeah, JB's a singer.
Babaloo. Do you dance? Babaloo. Babaloo, Babaloo. Babaloo, Babaloo. Babaloo. Babaloo, Babaloo. Yeah. Listen to another story. See, your mama always told you keep your head on straight. But you was young and you didn't want to listen. You was grown and on your way. So you moved to LA. Get loving each day. There were many get the call from the clinic. Realize you made a mistake. Cause you ate that pudding. Because you want that loving. You got spoiled muffin. That's what you call tough loving. Give it to me now. Go ahead, back up.
Go ahead, baby. Give
Babaloo. Let's bob around. Babaloo. Babaloo, Babaloo. Babaloo, Babaloo. Babaloo. Babaloo, Babaloo. Babaloo, Babaloo. There I go. We brought the funk, now it's time to go on, work it out. Go on, work it out. We brought the funk, now it's time to go on, work it out. Go on, work it out. Give it to me now.
So dancing comes in, guys.
Babaloo. Babaloo. Babaloo, Babaloo. Babaloo, Babaloo. Babaloo. Babaloo, Babaloo. Babaloo, Babaloo. There you go. Babba-da-doo, babba-da-boo, babba-da-doo, babba-da-ba-doo, ba-da-ba-doo, day. Go, babba-da-doo, babba-da-boo, babba-da-ba-doo, babba-da-ba-doo, day. Babba-doo-da-boo-doo-da-boo-doo, day. Da babba-da-ba-doo, ba-da-ba-da-ba-doo, day. Babba-da-doo, babba-da-boo, babba-da-doo, ba-ba-ba-bay, 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 ba-ba, ah-ooh, ba-ba-ba-bay. Babaloo, babaloo, da-da-da. Babaloo, babaloo. Babaloo, babaloo. Hey, hey. Boom, ba-doom, doom, ba-doom, doom, doom, boom, ba-doom, doom, ba-doom, doom, doom, boom, boom, boom,
That was great.
Right.
That's Babaloo.
That was awesome. I really
Thank
liked
you.
the words that you chose to like describe the pictures of what was happening.
So you got the visual?
Yeah, like
you
I'm
can
always
see
getting
it?
a visual with that. Yeah.
That's
It was
cool.
great
That was really
description.
fun.
That was fun. And I did see you. I saw the whole show in my head. I
You
saw
seen
your
it?
dancers.
You see
I
it?
saw you busting a
Yes.
move. I was like,
Transported there.
You said, okay, cool.
I did. I drank the Kool-Aid.
You drank the Kool-Aid.
Good.
You ate the pudding.
You
I
ate the
fucking
pudding. You ate the pudding.
And the muffin. Give it all.
You got the pudding.
I did. It was
Babaloo
great.
pudding. There you go.
Hashtag that, guys.
How'd it taste?
It was delicious.
Hey,
I swallowed it all. All right, we're done.
spoiled.
All right.
All right.
We talked about everything on this show today.
All right.
Fucking everything. All right, guys, that was Justin Green. If you thought he was as fun as we did, please find, follow, and support him on Instagram, which is?
Justin Green with the Z at the end. Justin Green.
Don't forget that Z.
Yeah, you could. I think you could find me from Justin Green. But
I've looked.
Did it work?
No.
Hey,
Too many humans have your name.
Well, I need a check mark then. How about
Yeah,
that,
there you
Instagram?
go.
Can you give me my check
Yes.
mark,
Give
Instagram?
this man his damn check mark.
Give me my check mark.
Give him his check mark. Yes.
I don't know what I got to do.
Apply through Instagram.
Tap dance.
There's like
It's
a
a thing.
form.
Yeah.
There's a form now.
I don't know.
You have, I mean, you've got
Google
a
it.
great amount of followers.
Yeah,
so I
but it's
feel
not
like-
getting me the check mark. So
Yeah, you just gotta.
I don't
there's a
know.
Fill out
form
the
now.
form.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get you there.
We'll get you. We'll
Yeah,
help
yeah,
there.
hook me up with a check mark.
We'll help you with this situation.
Then I could feel like somebody.
You are somebody.
You want to be somebody? You gotta look like somebody.
You are somebody to us.
Yeah.
I'm somebody to my mama. My mama
There you
loves
go.
me,
That's all that matters.
and she's proud.
That's
Yeah.
right. Guys, I'm pretty sure this has been an extended version of the Females Unfiltered show. I really haven't looked at where we clocked in, but I feel like it's a long one.
Yeah.
Thanks for sitting tight with us, hanging there. Facebook, I don't even know if we're oriented correctly at this point in time. You guys are like, these fucking bitches are wasted on SpaGirl Cocktail.
Yeah,
we're not. We're not.
it's
But
good.
One more shout out to SpaGirl Cocktail.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, SpaGirl.
SpaGirl.
Every week,
SpaGirl.
guys, you can come drink with us on the show. Even if you're an audience member, I don't give a shit. I'll pour you a glass.
Drink it.
It's fine.
Drink the
It's fine.
Kool-Aid.
Come on over. We'll be here next week.
Yes,
Yeah.
we will. And Mixology 101 live at the Grove, as always.
Ask for Nikki. She's our bartender. She's amazing. That's the whole
That's it.
enchilada. That's it, guys. We'll see
Yeah.
you next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.